LUMEdeodorant.com.
New Jersey is leading the nation in clean energy investments with one thing in mind: you. Save money while saving the planet. New Jersey's Clean Energy Program is a statewide program that offers incentives, programs, and services that benefit New Jersey residents, businesses, education, government, and nonprofit entities to help us all save energy, money, and the environment. Discover how you can start saving today and help ensure a cleaner future. Visit njcleanenergy.com to see what New Jersey's Clean Energy Program can do for you. A message from the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey. This is Game Night with Josh Hennig.
It's good!
On 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
And he scored!
Now live from inside the Ocean Casino Resort Studio, here's Josh Hennig.
Josh Hennig here on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. Glad to have you guys on board the show today. Holy Toledo, Batman. We got a busy weekend and news to recap. Eagles make some big announcements today for training camp and the public practice this year. Phillies, Trea Turner is back. Little surprised about who they sent down to the minors. We'll break that down. Also, on top of all of that, the MLB All-Star voting is out. Bryce Harper leads the National League in voting, but I am certainly surprised who is number 3 in the National League voting. He is a Philadelphia Philly. We'll get to all that more this hour. We'll try to get to the Joel Embiid stuff from Friday night. That happened while many of us were not watching the NBA Finals. You know that Game 4 was the second least viewed NBA Finals of all time, right behind the Lakers Heat in the bubble. Game 4 of the NBA Finals. So, not a lot of people watching that game. So, not maybe a lot of people saw Joel Embiid on NBA Countdown on Friday because probably you're watching the Phillies game against the Orioles. So, also coming up in less than 40 minutes from now, Atlantic City's own Justin Figueroa. He is returning to the boxing ring this summer at Tropicana in Atlantic City with Boxing Insider Promotions, and we'll get all the details from him coming up in less than 40 minutes from now about his next fight. Justin, as you guys remember, he joined us recently ahead of his last fight and successful victory in the ring at Tropicana, Atlantic City, and he's making another return to the Trop next month. So keep your ears tuned for that here on 97.3 ESPN in less than 40 minutes. And as always, you guys can join the conversation at 609-403-0973. Your DMs into the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. All right, guys. So let's get into the Phillies news first before I get to the NFL stuff. Because, today was a very interesting day for the Phillies because Trea Turner returns, and we were told that news over the weekend. It was starting to look like that more and more in the days leading up. And I asked Mike Gill this question earlier on the Sports Bash here on 97.3 ESPN, and I'll ask all of you right here. In the Phillies' last 4 losses, now remember, the Phillies have lost 9 of the last 14 on the road. In those losses, they've been outscored 74-57. They've lost 4 straight road series. In the last 4 losses, they have gone 8 for 36 in runner scoring position. So they're not just being outscored. They are playing horrible when it comes to runners in scoring position. Does Trea Turner's return really rectify anything? Is putting him back in the lineup really going to fix this team? Or do they still need more? 609-403-0973 is the text board. And your DMs into 973 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't know if Trea Turner's the answer. And the reason I say that is because Trea Turner is very good at the batting average, getting on base. He's never been a guy who completely changed a lineup, right? He's never been that kind of like lineup. What's the word I'm looking for? That lineup booster. Like when the Dodgers acquired him a couple years ago, it's not like he came in that lineup and like started hitting all these home runs. Now, he has a 100 RBI season, but he was also playing on a team with a ton of great players. In the years in Washington, when he wasn't playing on great teams, he wasn't an elite RBI guy. It just wasn't who he was. The only times that he has had high RBI seasons is when he has been on teams that are really, really good. Most of his career, he has not had more than 70 RBI. He has only had 70 RBI 3 times in his career. That Dodgers year I mentioned, 2022, the year he was traded from the Nationals to the Dodgers, last year for the Phillies, and then it was the 2018 Nationals team that was an interesting team, to say the least. Didn't make the postseason, but they were an interesting team that year. So it's not like Trea Turner is this elite RBI guy. It's not like he's going to be inserted in this lineup and all of a sudden we're going to fix all of our runners and scoring position problems. Now, if you want to point to Nick Castellanos being in the 2-hole and say, why is Castellanos in this spot? Moving him out, that's the answer. It certainly may be. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to ignore that possibility. But I don't know if Trea Turner fixed all the problems for this team. And that's where we go to how Trea Turner got to this point. Trea Turner, coming back from this injury, hamstring, soft tissue. We know those are a little tricky to come back from. The Phillies demote Johan Rojas. Right now, the Phillies are saying we are going to sacrifice a little defense for offense. We're going to put Brandon Marsh back in center. We're going to put David Dahl in left field. So we are going to sacrifice a little bit of defense. I am curious to see if this works. Because for this Phillies team, one of the reasons why Rojas and Brandon Marsh are even on this roster is because of their defense. Remember, it was just a couple of years ago, this team's defense was so poor, such an eyesore, that they had to make the Sosa move and the Marsh move and then call up Rojas last year to just offset the defensive flaws. Now the Phillies are kind of making a turn. They're saying, look, we need Trea Turner's bat. We need the potential of David Dahl's bat more than we need Rojas's glove. And this is going to be a fascinating stretch because look at the Phillies' schedule coming up. You got this 3-game set with the Padres. And the Padres are a good baseball team, not a great baseball team, but they have the kind of talent that'll test you, that'll push you, that will make you think. I mean, they got guys who are among the best voting for starters in the National League as well. And we'll get to the National League voting in just a minute. But you look around the Padres, they got some good players. And how are you going to handle that lineup the next 3 days, on top of the fact that you have Sanchez going tonight, Nola's looking to bounce back, Suarez on Wednesday, day game. Then you finally get a day off on Thursday. And you get another team that's interesting. The Diamondbacks are not having a great year. This is not the team that you saw last year. But we know they still have some dangerous hitters in that lineup. They are still top 10 in the National League in multiple categories with their hitters. They are a good offense. They're just not a great pitching staff without guys like Merrill Kelly. So again, we get back to how does this team handle an opposing offense. They have struggled to score runs recently. Is that the offense? Is that the pitching staff? Is the pitching staff being figured out? Is the offense going through a slump? They benched Alec Bohm for one day. He busts out the gate in that Orioles series and is on fire the last 3 days. Alec Bohm looks like he was reborn as a baseball player. He was playing so well. So if you put all these pieces together, also they're not playing well on the road. You got the next 6 games at home. Can you take advantage of some teams that have good lineups but are beatable teams before you go back on the road? Now, it's a short series in Detroit. I understand that. But still, you have struggled on the road. How are you impacted by that? Because after the Detroit series, you only come back for 4 games against the Marlins to end the month. You start July on the road in Chicago, followed by on the road in Atlanta. So can the Phillies get back on track here at home? Josh Hennig hanging out with you on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN. Over at 973ESPN.com on the 973 ESPN mobile app. I wrote about what the Phillies are doing in the All-Star voting. This is a little unexpected. Okay? I think people would have believed if I would have told you that Bryce Harper was the leader in the All-Star voting. He is the top vote getter in the voting. And number 2 is Mookie Betts. And considering Mookie Betts right now is on the injured list with a broken left hand for the Dodgers, he is out an indefinite amount of time. I'm going to assume that Mookie Betts is going to lose his spot as a potential starter for the All-Star game of the Trea Turner. As long as Turner doesn't, fall apart coming back from the injured list. So you could have both Turner and Harper starting in the All-Star game, which is kind of expected considering how much money you're paying them. I mean, you're paying these guys over $300 million. You would hope they'd be all-stars. But the name of the 3rd most votes in the National League. Number 1 is Bryce Harper. Number 2 is Mookie Betts. Number 4 is Shohei Ohtani. The man ahead of Ohtani, Alec Bohm. Alec Bohm has almost 10,000 more votes than Shohei Ohtani. He is one of only 4 National League players with over 1 million votes received. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be voted for, but there's a part of me that's kind of scratching my head saying, how does Alec Bohm get over 1 million votes? And Kyle Schwarber gets 435,000. Alec Bohm is 1 million plus. Why does Kyle Schwarber only have less than 500,000? I understand that a lot of people are voting for Shohei Ohtani, and Marcelo Ozuna's got some solid vote totals too, but are Philly fans voting for Bohm and Ohtani? Like, how does that even work? I get Realmuto being number 2 in the catcher voting. That makes sense to me. I can wrap my head around that. But who are these fans who are voting? I mean, should I say not voting for Schwarber? For Alec Bohm to have more than 1 million votes and Schwarber to have 435,000, that means there's almost 600,000 people who are voting for someone not named Kyle Schwarber and voting instead for Alec Bohm. I don't know where your Philly fans are at. I don't know what you guys are doing, but voting is voting season. And I don't mean for the presidential election. I mean for the All-Star game. The first round of voting is in. Right now, it looks like if we are to project, Harper and Bohm and probably Turner are your 3 starters in the field. I would assume, as I wrote at 973ESPN.com, that Schwarber will get some consideration for the reserves because of the fact that he leads the National League in walks. He's among the league leaders in runs scored, and I believe he's 8th in home runs. So I'm assuming he's going to get some consideration. But then you got the sore spot. I mentioned the Padres have some guys in the All-Star voting. They have 2 of the top 3 outfielders, Jurickson Profar, number 1, Fernando Tatis Jr., number 3. But somehow, Brandon Marsh, Nick Castellanos, and Johan Rojas are 5, 6, 7 in the voting. And with Rojas getting demoted, I'm assuming that he's going to drop down that list. I don't know who on earth is voting for Castellanos. Who are you people who are voting for Nick Castellanos for All-Star Game? What is wrong with you people? Nick Castellanos having one of the worst seasons of his career. But 439,000 people said, yeah, let's vote for Nick Castellanos. This stuff always perplexes me. And I always go back to when the NBA has had these issues like Zaza Pachulia getting a bunch of overseas votes online. This online voting situation is, I feel like, the most bizarre fiasco I can ever remember. No one in this outfield deserves to be in the All-Star game. None of them. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely, incredibly nuts. All right, take a break. Steve from Ventnor with your text coming up on the other side. Steve from Ventnor brings up an interesting point I want to get to on the other side. Plus, we have the dates for Eagles training camp and for the Eagles public practice where the fans can go and watch them at Lincoln Financial Field during training camp. All that and more still to come. Plus, Justin Figueroa, Atlantic City's own Holy Spirit High School graduate. He will join me coming up in about 23 minutes from now. We'll talk with him about his upcoming fight in Atlantic City at Tropicana. His return. He won the last time he was at Tropicana, Atlantic City. What is next for Justin Figueroa? We'll get into that coming up as well during this hour of Game Night. Josh Hennig hanging out with you on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small.
Can't wake up without it.
Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Take $7,500 off MSRP or pay 0% for 60 months and make no payments until after Labor Day during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event.
It's gotta be a Matte Black Kia.
You heard right. Take $7,500 off MSRP on every clearly marked EV in stock. Have a job clearing $450 per week? Matte Black Kia wants to approve you today with 0 down and 0 payments until after Labor Day on every new Matte Black Kia in stock. Plus, with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, you can drive with peace of mind. So if you're currently stuck in a loan or lease, we want to get you released.
It's gotta be a Matte Black Kia.
With approved credit, 24 Nero EV and EV6, 1667 per thousand. Not all will qualify. Credit may affect down payments. Offers can't be combined. Go to MattBlackKiaNJ.com for complete details or 888-505-6670. Price includes all costs to be paid by consumer, except for licensing, registration, and taxes through KMF. $7,500 off from $7,500 customer cash. EV6 rebates and incentives to dealer. Matte Black Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township, and on Route 37 in Toms River.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll will help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Sometimes when you want adventure, you like to take your time getting there. You like to experience the journey as well as the destination. There is no better way to do that than in a 2024 Nissan Pathfinder. With 7 drive modes and available intelligent 4-wheel drive, your journey can be filled with many unpredictable twists and terrains. Need to tow some extra fun with you? The Pathfinder has up to 6,000 pounds of towing capacity. The 2024 Nissan Pathfinder. Enjoy the ride along the way. Intelligent 4-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capacity varies by configuration. See Nissan Towing Guide and Owner's Manual for additional information. Always secure cargo.
Powered by the all-new BetParks New Jersey Casino and Sportsbook app. BetParks.com. This is the Town Square, New Jersey Info and Weather Network.
The Eagles announce when training camp begins. I'm Nick Earnshaw with your South Jersey Sports Center and with your 97.3 ESPN. Question of the day. The Philadelphia Eagles have announced that Tuesday, July 23rd will be the day players report to training camp. With that being said, our question of the day is, what's the number one storyline entering Eagles training camp this year? Let us know by texting 609-403-0973 or use the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app. In my estimation, you have to take a look at the offensive and defensive coordinators who have just been hired. Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio heading into their first season as the Eagles offensive and defensive coordinators. What will they do to revive the offense, which was stale last year, and defensively, what will Vic Fangio get out of the players? Once again, let us know at 609-403-0973 or use the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app. Your forecast is next.
Did you know that New Jersey is leading the nation in clean energy investments?
Really, New Jersey?
And all with one thing in mind. You.
Me?
Uh-huh. New Jersey's Clean Energy Program offers incentives and services that benefit New Jersey residents, businesses, education, government, and nonprofit entities to help them save energy, money, and the environment.
Save money while saving the planet. Who knew?
Now you do. Visit njcleanenergy.com to learn even more.
Maybe we should change our nickname to the Clean Energy State.
A message from the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities.
Good afternoon. With your South Jersey weather forecast, I'm Joe Kelly. If you're looking to have more days like today weather-wise, you've come to the right place here in South Jersey. Clear sky tonight, a low 66. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high of 83. As of right now, the rest of the week looks great. Sunny and getting hotter. As of right now, we couldn't get into the low 90s Saturday and Sunday. And as of right now, no rain is in the forecast for the whole week. Enjoy. With your South Jersey weather forecast, I'm Joe Kelly.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get $50 in gift cards good for use at JoJo's Italian Grill, Egg Harbor Township for just $25.
Get this great deal starting Friday at 9 a.m. at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
This is Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Get back to text board in just a moment at 609-403-0973 PM into the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. Steve from Ventnor, I see your text with you and more coming up in just a bit. You know, I was wanting to get touch on really quickly. The Eagles have announced when they're going to training camp, and it's basically a month away. Tuesday, July 23rd, the Eagles will be reporting to camp, and on Thursday, August 1st, they will be having. I can't believe I'm saying this. Their open practice. And I can't believe I'm saying it. It feels like football should be so far away. And it's really not. It's absolutely incredible to me that football is not far away. And I mean, you guys know me. I love football. I'm one of the biggest football junkies you guys probably have ever heard on the radio, whether it's here on 97.3 ESPN or any platform. But even I'm just like, wow, where can I get a little summer before I get back to football? I mean, I'm literally trying to get as much sunshine as I possibly can right now. All right, couple tests to get to right now. 694030973. Steve from Ventnor chimes. It was a couple interesting points. He says, Josh, this is a solid Phillies roster, but the injuries are exposing the weaknesses during the road trip. I think the Phillies need to try to cash in a couple of their prospects in order to upgrade the team. Otherwise, he said, I think the National League voting is very telling. It shows that Alec Bohm is more popular outside of Philadelphia than we maybe have thought. It also shows how weak the third base position is. So two separate good points by Steve I want to hit on there. Let's first hit on the part about the prospects, because Jim Bowden said this on MLB Sirius XM radio about what the Phillies are trying to do before the deadline.
In the case of the Phillies, they made it very clear they want to upgrade the outfield. That's what they want. I don't think they're getting enough offense that they want overall in the outfield. And so I think they like to get a starter, and I think they like to get a better fourth outfielder. And it's not because, that's my opinion, because that's what they tell me.
So it's very interesting to tie that in with Steve from Ventnor texted in. If the Phillies are looking for outfield help, right? If they're looking for someone to get at bats in the outfield, I'm assuming those at bats will be taken away from people like Brandon Marsh, Dave Dahl, and guys like that. And to Steve's point about the prospects, and look, we can argue until the cows come home which prospects we should or shouldn't trade. I'm not going to get into that right now. But it's a very interesting point, because you just sent Johan Rojas down the minors. This guy was your starting center fielder opening day, and now you're saying we need Trea Turner's bat more than Johan Rojas' glove, which goes to tell you that if you're an outfielder in the Phillies minor league system, you are probably expendable at this point. Because if Rojas is playing in the minor leagues, and he probably should be in the major leagues if he was hitting a little better, then you are probably expendable at the minor league level. And that's a very important note to make, because when it comes to professional sports, if a team needs a position, right? And we know the Phillies offensively have been one of the worst outfields in all of baseball. If the Phillies are going to go get outfield help, they are probably going to trade a prospect or two to get that help. Now, we can argue to the cows come home again, which prospect should it be, which outfield it should be. But I'm telling you guys right now, keep an eye as we get closer to the trade deadline. It is becoming very obvious to me that this Phillies organization is starting to value the bats in this lineup, because I think they're realizing, look, we just struggled. And as Steve from Ventnor pointed out, their weaknesses got exposed on that road trip. No Real Muto, no Turner, no Marsh. You could not depend on Castellanos if your life depended on it. That guy it's like playing roulette with that guy. It's like playing roulette with your eyes blindfolded, and you're throwing darts as well. You're playing two games of complete chance, and you can't even see what you're playing. That's what it is like batting Nick Castellanos. It's absolutely ridiculous to me. Now, Steve from Ventnor's other point. Yes, the third base position National League is definitely weaker than it's been in recent years, because second place is Manny Machado in the voting. Third place is Joey Ortiz of the Brewers. Fourth place is Max Muncy of the Dodgers. Well, you're talking about a guy in Manny Machado who is more of a big name than he is big stats at this point. And if you're a Phillies fan, you remember when you could have gotten Manny Machado instead of Bryce Harper, and you got Harper instead of Machado. It started looking like the smart deal, because the last 2 years, Machado has not been the same hitter. He has regressed as he has gotten older. You could argue maybe he's not in a great ballpark for hitting, but listen, this guy was consistently hitting between 275 and 300 for a few years. Last year, 258. This year, 245. The batting average has dropped off significantly. You just got to wonder, is he ever going to get back to what he used to be? He's second in the voting. I think the only reason why Joey Ortiz got 244,000 votes is because he's a Brewer, and the Brewer fans stuff in the ballot box. Max Muncy is really the only other name of these guys. And it's not like he's having a great year. He's having an okay year. And maybe okay is being too nice. The problem with Max Muncy is he's a left-handed batter. He doesn't play against left-handed pitching at times. So he's only appeared in 40 games this year. So Steve Venner makes a good point. The third base position is greatly diluted. It's incredibly down at this point. So I think it's more than fair to say that part of the reason Alec Boehm gets so many votes is because people are saying, well, there's nobody else good. And that does happen sometimes. Sometimes the all-star voting does have merit to it. I think it's more than fair. I think it's more than fair to turn around and say, look, nobody else deserves this vote. By the way, that's the way it used to be. When I was younger, back in my day, no, I'm not that old, but seriously, back in my day, you voted for the best player. You didn't vote for just your favorite guys all the time. You felt like an idiot if you were voting for, like, for example, if you were going back to like the 98, 99 Phillies, you felt like an idiot if you were voting for Rico Brogna for the All-Star game at first base. You were like, I can't vote for Brogna. I know he's my guy, but I mean, I can't vote for him. He's not that good. You know what I mean? So I tend to think that overall, when it comes to this voting stuff, I hope Steve from Ventnor is right, that people are voting for the best player in some of these cases and not just the guy who plays for their team. I can only hope. Jeff from Motion City chimes in at 609-403-0973. Says, how many hits do you project for Turners tonight? Also, your thoughts on the U.S. Open over the weekend. All right. So I always tell you guys, I go off of who the pitcher is when it comes to any of these questions from Jeff from Motion City. And all of you other bettors out there, please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So here's the thing. They're facing Randy Vasquez. Randy Vasquez is like the biggest no-name on the Padres rotation, okay? The guy has almost a 5 ERA this year. He is a mediocre pitcher at best. But when it comes to Turner, Vasquez is much better against right-handed hitters than lefties. Right-handers are hitting 250 against him. Lefties are hitting 448. That is a huge difference. Righties are getting on base at a 283 percentage, 484 against lefties. So I would say if you are going to wager anybody hitting tonight, it's going to be the lefties in this lineup, because obviously Vasquez is really not good against lefties. He struggles incredibly against left-handers. I mean, left-handers are almost getting on base every other at bat against him. That's how bad he is. So I don't know how many hits Turner's going to get tonight. I mean, I assume he might get one hit, maybe not. I don't know. But Vasquez, he's not good against left-handers. He's worse on the road than at home as a pitcher. 4 starts at home. He allows 1 less run per game at home than on the road. He has 4 starts on the road, 4 starts at home. So hopefully, Jeff from Motion City, that gives you a little context of, if you're going to bet, please bet responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But if he's giving up runs on the road and left-handers are hitting almost 500 against him, that's where I would lean. Now, you asked about the U.S. Open. Incredibly disappointing to see Rory McIlroy choke away an opportunity to win his first major, a decade? Bryson DeChambeau deserves credit for finding a way to win the tournament. What a huge win for that guy. But I thought Scott Van Pelt brought this up a very great point last night. He said, we may remember Rory losing this more than DeChambeau winning it. And I think he's 100% right. Rory had a chance to win this tournament. Remember, Rory shot a 65 on day 1. He shot a 69 in round 3. He was within range of winning this tournament. And it's not like DeChambeau went out there and shot a course record yesterday. DeChambeau had the worst round of any round at the U.S. Open yesterday for him. He played great on day 1, really good on day 2, great on day 3. Day 4, he was okay. Rory couldn't get the job done. And it's incredibly frustrating to see a guy like that have the opportunity and not get it. But I will say this before we hit the break. This also gets back to the question that I always tell you guys. I do not ever tell you who to bet for a winner. Excuse me. I always tell you guys to pick top 5, top 10. If you would have picked Rory top 5, you would have walked away with money. If you would have taken Patrick Cantlay top 10, you would have walked away with some money. Xander Schauffele top 10 finish as well. So this is why golf is so unpredictable. And this is why I'm not a fan of betting winners in golf, because of situations like this. Rory McIlroy should have won, could have won, couldn't get the job done. And he loses not just the opportunity to make history for himself, but he also lost out on basically another $2 million. All right. Coming up next, Justin Figueroa, Atlantic City Boxer will join us. That is his next event in Atlantic City, Tropicana, Atlantic City. Find out what day he's fighting and more about what he's been up to in between fights. I'm Josh Hennig. This is Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
The seafood extraordinary, the value tremendous, the sunsets on the house. It's Yuri's Waterfront Restaurant. Dine indoors or on the deck overlooking the bay. The Phillies are always on at Yuri's. Watch the game and enjoy daily food and drink specials, including all-you-can-eat crab backed by popular demand. Yuri's is perfect for families with a kids menu and arcade. Next door to Yuri's is the Boathouse Restaurant. 2 great ways to experience the Jersey Shore's best waterfront dining. Yuri's and the Boathouse at the foot of the bridge in Wildwood.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan.
Their jaws are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coats shinier, and why they seem more youthful even as they age.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Dr. Marty created Nature's Blend using 50 years of nutritional research and experience, helping dogs make incredible turnarounds. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of Cod Krispies, their wild-caught, ultra-crunchy cod skin treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
It's the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event going on now at Matt Blatt Nissan. You'll be thrilled in a new Nissan Sentra S, just $159 per month lease, or Kicks S, just $199 per month lease, and 0 security deposit.
Oh yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
You heard right. New Matt Blatt Nissan Kicks S, just $199 per month, or Sentras, only $159 per month lease, both with 0 security deposit, $29.99 due, and you'll be cruising up to 39 miles per gallon. Stuck in a loan or lease? AJ the Trade Man can get you released, so don't repair it, don't fix the broken windshield, don't even wash it. Bring it to Matt Blatt Nissan.com. On approved Tier 1 credit for NEMAC. Negative equity will be refinanced into new vehicle plus tax tag and $589 fee. Offers can't be combined. Call 877-289-6670 or go to mattblattnissan.com for complete details. VIN RY324390 and RI498444. Central lease selling price $21,570. Kicks lease selling price $22,840. Offer ends 7/6/2024. It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan on the Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
TLC Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling have been proudly serving South Jersey for over 20 years. Owner Matt Calloway was born and raised in Cape May County and has over 25 years of experience in the heating and cooling industry, as well as fireplaces, plumbing, and bathroom renovations. You can always count on a licensed and insured local contractor like TLC Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling to be there promptly and to fix your problem right the first time. If your home needs a little TLC, get TLC Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. Online at tlcphc.com.
At Progressive, we know how much you love your recreational vehicles, so we decided to record this commercial in an RV.
With a family on vacation.
Mom, who are these people? Oh, that's Flo and Jamie. They're recording a commercial, sweetie. Don't they do that in the studio?
Normally.
No.
But we wanted to feature a family who bundled their home and RV and saved with Progressive.
Yeah, it looks like you're all out of chips.
Okay, I think we'll just drop you off at the next gas station.
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
The future is electric. The choice is yours at BMW of Atlantic City. Right now, lease a new 2024 BMW i4 eDrive 35 for $449 a month with $4,869 due at signing. Or a new 2024 i4 eDrive 40, lease for $449 a month with $5,679 due at signing. Both for 36 months and zero security deposit. A BMW of Atlantic City. Closer than you think. Located in Egg Harbor Township. Online at BMWAtlanticCity.com. Offers expire July 1st. For more details, call 609-316-2393.
Now, more Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and on the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Josh Hennig back here on Game Night, 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. And as promised, he's back. Tropicana in Atlantic City is going to be Friday, July 26th. So Friday night fights, basically, for Justin Figueroa. He'll be getting back in the ring with Boxing Insider Promotions. We got Justin in the studio, also Larry Goldberg joining us here on 97.3 ESPN. Justin, welcome back in the studio. How you doing, my man?
Gosh, man, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited for this event. July 26th, a Friday night lights, man. A fight on a Friday night, that's crazy. The house is going to be packed, middle of summer. This is the event of the summer. I can't wait.
So let's backtrack a little bit because we haven't had you on since your last fight. So for you, you won the fight. So talk to the audience. What does a boxer do when the fight is done? Like, how do you recover? How do you hit that reset button? Maybe follows you on social media. They're following you on Instagram. You went on vacation and you're still working out. You're still doing training. So talk to the audience about where that mindset is because you went on vacation, quote unquote, but you weren't exactly just laying around the beach.
Yeah, so I changed the scenery up after my fight. I went out to Miami. I have a good friend out there that owns Mango's Cafe on Ocean Drive in Miami. So if you're in Miami, check out Mango's Cafe. I have a good friend out there who owns that. I was hanging out with him in Miami, me and my girlfriend. And training is just a lifestyle for me. I just love training, and I took it down a notch. I didn't have to train so hard and kill myself, but the weather was nice out there, so I loved it. Go on a run. The scenery was nice. So I'm running out there in Miami, checking out the streets of Miami, checking the gyms out, shadow boxing on the water. It's just boxing is a part of my life. It's a lifestyle for me. It never stops.
So now this is a lifestyle. Okay. So when you come back from Florida, okay, what is the next step for you? Like where do you go from? Okay, I did some work, light work in Florida for you. When you come back, where does your mind go next? Like talk to us about. All right, so I from my little vacation, took some time off, Florida. You and your girl got away from New Jersey, got away from everything, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
Then what's next?
I think I went to Miami for about a week. Then I came home and got right back with my team. And we just got right back into work, right back in the gym, training 2, 3 times a day still. Just putting in the work because we know that we're not where we want to be yet. And myself and my team knows that I am not that complete fighter yet. So we're constantly just working, and getting ready for the next date, getting ready for the next fight. We're constantly excited to learn and keep getting better every single day. So as soon as I got back from vacation, it was like, hey, coach, where you at? Let's go. Let's get back in the gym ASAP right now. And just calling my phone up and saying the same exact thing.
All right, so I got to nitpick a little bit.
Let's do it.
You say you're not where you want to be.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
So it's very, very rare for a fighter to just come into the pro game and be a made complete fighter unless he comes out of the Olympics. And a lot of those guys from the Olympics, they still have to transfer from amateur boxing to professional boxing. Slowing down the pace. The rounds are longer. It's a different style of fighting. No headgear, smaller gloves. And for me, it's tough because I'm fighting in front of a pretty large crowd. There's a lot of pressure, which I don't find it me having a lot of pressure on me. But my last fight, I felt like I need to deliver. So I believe in the second round, I started tattooing my opponent a bit, started stepping on him a bit, and then I dove in and broke my base because I started rushing my work, wanting to get the opponent out of there and put on a good show for my people. And I ended up making a mistake, and I paid for that mistake. So I learned patience, man. When you become a professional, it's all about patience, and that's what that is.
Talking with Atlantic City's own Justin Figueroa joining us here on game night on 973 ESPN Tropicana, Atlantic City, Friday, July 26th. Larry, jump on that microphone for a minute. So when you hear a fighter like that talk about, hey, I got to come back, I got to get better, I got to get back in the gym, I got to learn, when you hear all that, you've been around the boxing game for decades, Larry. What is your reaction to that?
I'm going to embarrass Justin a little bit. I was thinking about what to say on the drive over here. And what I came up with was this. Atlantic City is in a weird rebuilding stage. And Atlantic City needs a star. And Atlantic City needs a hero. Justin, you are that guy at this time. This is the future of Atlantic City. Atlantic City has a star. Atlantic City has a prospect. Atlantic City has something that they can be proud of and they can watch. So what I think of is he knows the journey. He's on the journey, and he's going to be an Atlantic City story for the next 50 years. That's sort of where I see Justin.
Now, with that being said, Larry Goldberg from Boxing Insider Promotions, we'll get back to you, Justin. Larry, let me hit the back to you real quick. Because you just mentioned how he's a rising star. His star is drawing people to the card. We're now seeing you making announcements for this card that I got to be honest with you, Larry. I don't know how many of those people might necessarily be jumping on the card if Justin wasn't a part of it.
Justin is the lightning rod that other things that and like I said, he has that power, he has that quality. I think I said this one. I think it's on the show on the phone. And he was blushing a little bit. They were telling me, and I said, you don't know what it is, but you just know what it is. And Justin is that fighter, and he is that person that Atlantic City needs. Atlantic City has somebody that they can believe in and they can watch his career go. And that's, like I said, I'm very excited, and I think Justin gave a perfect answer. He knows he's not where he wants to be, and it's always going to be a constant, situation of just getting better and better.
It's funny because you both have mentioned, this is the right time, the right place, the right fighter. Not to get all, future at the, up at the pulpit on you, but
preach, Josh. Come on.
There's the saying, you come into the kingdom for such a time as this, right? So how do you feel about the idea that you have come into this moment at this point in time, Justin?
I do feel that It is a big responsibility that I hold, and I'm trying my best. And I would like to add that I'm not perfect, but I am trying my best to be a great role model for the next generation to come up. I am trying to be that star that, not a star, but someone that everyone can look up to and kind of get that inspiration, motivation they need. You know, somebody that they can touch, somebody they can feel, somebody they can talk to, take a picture with, and when they experience that moment, now they can take that back with them to their everyday lives and strive to be their own star in their own life. So I feel like it's definitely a big responsibility, the position I am in, and even though when I said it's pressure with all the people coming out, it's no pressure. I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I love it. I love the ups and the downs, and I wouldn't want to be doing it any other way and anywhere else.
I think it's interesting is you talk about you understand, you see, you hear, you're aware. And in the fight game, being aware is half the battle. When you're in the ring, you gotta be aware. You mentioned, hey, you got off my you said I got off my base, and that's how my opponent took advantage. So it takes that awareness for you to grow, right? So for you, how has being aware, having self-awareness helped you as a fighter and as a person?
The self-awareness, and I think I've always had like great reaction and awareness when I play sports. So I think that was almost, I don't want to say God given, but I guess I've been playing sports my whole life. So my awareness in sports is pretty well because I've been in sports my whole life. But in life, um, I don't know. I just became uh, a bit of a loner. I want to say I spend a lot of time alone, and I do a lot of thinking when I'm alone. And all my thinking is in one spot. It's just boxing here in Atlantic City. What can I do to get to the next level? How can I get better every single day? So everything I do and everything I think about is always trying to get to that next level and put me in the right place. So that's where I'm at.
You mentioned Atlantic City, Tropicana, Atlantic City, last fight, and the next fight. What was the first environment like for you when you walked out? And what is your expectation for the next event?
You said my first life too?
Yeah,
About last event or just in
the last
general?
one?
Last event, Atlantic City shows up every single time. Ever since even my pro debut, Atlantic City comes out. They come out to scream, to yell. If they could get in the ring and fight too, I think they would. So I don't even think I'm allowed to lose in Atlantic City because I think the whole Atlantic City might trample the ring and cut. Now I'm playing. Yeah, but Atlantic City always comes to show out, and I'm always coming to show out in Atlantic City. The last event was such a success, as you can see in the videos from the press. A lot of people came to see what's going on. Who is this guy? Who is boxing inside of promotion? And I believe we delivered the last event. And this event coming up, like I said, this is going to be the event of the summer.
Speaking of boxing inside promotions, Larry Goldberg, let me flip it over to you real quick. Obviously, the last event, great turnout, not just for Justin, but for the entire card that night. For you, when you're looking ahead to the next event and you're saying, okay, you're building this next card, what goes into it for someone like yourself?
I mean, the last card was a key moment. I had worked at Tropicana many years ago. I interned for MMA event there many years ago. So to come back and actually get to promote at the showroom was really a dream come true to work with the staff of the Tropicana. Everyone there was professional and, made it look very easy because they're so good at what they do. It was a really good experience. I think that, Justin was the lightning rod that, we built the card around, and it was a mix of New Jersey and New York talent. And the next card is, like I said, it's going to be even bigger and better. I was waiting till tomorrow to make the announcement, but I mean, David Weinberg mentioned it on Twitter today. Bruce Seldon Jr. will be on the next card as well. He's going to be fighting. We've got who I'm thinking. There's two names I'm thinking of that I can't quite say today, but will be huge. We have a couple really good made fights and a couple good prospect fights. We have the number one 165-pound prospect in the world. He just won nationals. Was voted the number one fighter in all of the Golden Gloves nationally, and he's going to be fighting a second fight on the undercard. And my goal with this series is to just continue to bring the best of boxing to Atlantic City, and we're going to be going. I can't confirm any fighters, but I can say that we're probably going to go again in October as well.
What we can confirm is Justin Figueroa back at Tropicana, Atlantic City, Friday, July 26th. Now, Justin, you and I will talk again before the fight gets closer. We'll have you back on.
Oh, we're going to be
the
stalking
show.
you for a cover on the station. Don't think we're not.
Well, you guys got my number. It's not like
I
you
know.
can't.
That's what I'm letting you know.
Justin and I, we've connected on social media, so
sure.
we're around. But before I let you go from the radio show, Justin, for you, tell the audience, give them a little look into what just-in-time Justin Figueroa's life is going to be like as you prepare for the next fight.
Just a lot of preparation. Definitely want to get a lot of mark. It's tough because I like to say I'm a workhorse inside the ring and outside the ring. I definitely want to get the name and the event, get the word out for everyone. So I'm going to be working my tail off doing that. And then, of course, training like a madman, training like an animal inside the ring. So I will deliver July 26th in the ring, but I also want to deliver outside the ring with marketing me, Larry G, and also with your help. Also, like I said, event of the summer. This is it. Event of the summer. Don't miss it. Be there or be square, I guess is the saying.
Absolutely. We'll talk more soon. Justin Figueroa, Atlantic City Zone, Friday, July 26th, Boxing Insider Promotions at Tropicana in Atlantic City as we wrap up the Power Hour known as Game Night on 97.3 ESPN. Josh Hennig hanging out with you guys on a Monday night. Keep it tuned here, 97.3 ESPN. Follow Justin real quick. Justin, plug the Instagram real quick.
My Instagram is Justin, Justin, time, Time, and Figueroa, Figueroa. Justin Time Figueroa. That's me on Instagram.
So give him a follow on there. Also, Boxing Insider Promotions. It's the same on Instagram and on Twitter. We give them a follow as well. And we'll keep you guys updated on all the news and events as well over at 97.3 ESPN.com. Wrapping up the show. Still nothing game in the Phillies here. I told you guys this was not going to be an easy game. Just remember, as Justin can tell you, just because someone's got a certain record doesn't mean you underestimate them. All right? The team like the Padres, they got some good hitters. All right. Get back at them tomorrow. Josh Hennig, have a great night, everybody. NBA Finals, 7:30 tonight.
80 million listeners depend on AM radio to always be on, delivering news, sports, talk, traffic, and weather reports you can trust. AM radio also delivers vital emergency information when you need it most. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hey, it's Mike Gill, and do I have a deal for you? Bring any written estimate for a new 2024 Acura from another Acura dealer over to my friend Rocco at Key Acura of Atlantic City, and he will beat that price by $500 and give you an additional $500 on your trade. And now through June 30th, get a 36-month lease on a 2024 Integra for just $299 a month with $49.95 down. Key Acura, Chilton Road, EAT, your small but friendly dealer. See dealer for details.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TURN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TURN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TURN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Save thousands at Matt Blatt Kia. Get out of your old trade today, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Go to mattblattkianj.com for more details. That's mattblattkianj.com.
It's gotta be
Matt Blatt Kia.
We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Flo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie!
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity!
We're going to the city?
Authenticity!
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic! Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 500 and get 15% off your first purchase with code 500, like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code 500 for 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code 500 to save 15% today.
New Jersey is leading the nation in clean energy investments with one thing in mind. You, New Jersey's clean energy program, can help you save on appliances, solar power, and so much more. Visit njcleanenergy.com today to see what New Jersey's clean energy program can do for you.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
I think if the situation dictates it, if they really feel he's 100%, then I think it'll be very similar to what we saw the last time we were in Boston. They'll get him in at some point, and they would love if he could impact the game anywhere near as well as he did in Game 1. But I would not expect that to be a deciding factor. I think it's important. They gave up a ton of points in the paint in Game 4, and the tendency is to just look at Game 4 and say it was an aberration and throw it away. But if you look at the first 3 games, Dallas has done very well in the paint. They even had a plus in the paint in Game 1 when Kristaps did play. So hopefully he'll be able to impact their interior defense a little bit better. It has been a problem for the Celtics throughout the series.
Coach, if Kyrie Irving came to you and said, what advice do you have for me to be able to block out this crowd? Because it appears that they've really got into his head going back to games 1 and 2. What would you tell him?
I'd tell him just do what he's done his whole career, Fitz. I was surprised, to be honest with you, in Game 1 and Game 2, and I would agree with you. I would think that having had all those losses, what was he up to, like 12 straight losses or something like that, and a bunch of them right here. in TD Garden. I honestly thought he was beyond that. A guy that's hit the biggest shot in a finals deciding game, has had the career, played 3 times in the finals, and has had the career that he's had. And it's not like he's been welcomed with open arms. He's bounced around, so he's got a number of buildings where he gets booed. So I wouldn't have thought it would be as big a deal to him as it did appear to be in game 1 and 2. I would just say, come on, after you left Brooklyn, after you left Cleveland, I mean, you've been through this in a number of buildings, maybe not always in a final situation, but I say the same thing I said before games 1 and 2, and I was wrong, Fitz, both times. I expect Kyrie to come in here and play really well and shut the crowd up, but he did not do that by any stretch in games 1 and 2.
NBA ESPN radio analysts will be on the call tonight at Game 5 of the NBA Finals with Mark Ketzer. He's PJ Carlissimo and Freddie and Harry with me and Ian Fitzsimmons on ESPN radio. One thing I said about the Kyrie Irving situation, the more he tried to tune down the noise, it even got louder for him in his head. PJ, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I think so. But, I think the only way and it won't silence him, but the most effective thing he could do is knock down some shots and, get some assists and play the way Kyrie Irving played in games 3 and 4. To me, it was more than just the building. And again, when you've had the kind of career that he's had already, and he's far from done in his career, I would just say, answering Fitz's question more than yours, Freddie, hey, just do what you've done your whole career. Come on, this isn't brain surgery here. Kyrie, you got to shut these people up. And the only way you're going to shut them up, knock the ball in the basket, get assists, and play the way we've seen you play a million times. And overriding all that, this is an elimination game. And the mantra for Dallas the last couple of days has been, hey, we only need to win one road game, and we can get to a game 7, with the assumption being game 7's a wild card. You don't know what's going to happen in game 7. Somebody sprains an ankle, somebody gets in foul trouble. All the different things can happen in a one and done. So that's all Dallas is saying. This is the road game we got to win. Then they got to come back to our building. We've already showed what we can do there. And, hey, look, we'll be looking at a game 7. So that's much more important than Kyrie worrying about the crowd.
There's a couple of items, the game within the game, that you think decided the outcome tonight. What are they, Coach?
Paint points for sure. Dallas has dominated. Rebounds for sure. That's been a plus for Dallas. It was a huge plus in Game 4, but they've enjoyed almost a 20-point advantage in second chance points. You can't they can't keep giving Dallas extra opportunities, or Boston's going to be in trouble. For Boston, it's always simple. It's the three-point line. I mean, they just take so many. They're going to take 40. They've been dominating. They have 20 more threes in the playoffs, even with being the deficit 15-14 in Game 4. They're still plus 60 points for the series, and that's Boston's bread and butter. So they need to knock down their threes. So I would say those 3 factors between the 2 teams.
Hey, PJ, have a great broadcast tonight. We're hoping, I'm sure plenty of people hoping it's not going to be your last broadcast. We'll see. Take care. Be well. We'll talk to you soon, my man.
All right, Freddie, Fitz, good being with you guys. Fitzy, we might be coming to see you.
Hey, well, before we turn you loose now, the mark of a great restaurant is when you order the same meal and it comes back as good as it was the first time. Did you go pork chop again at Nick and Sam's? Or did you
pork
go
chop at Nick and Sam's, and we even tried the big hot dog. Enoch took good care of us in Samir, so we loved it.
Oh, baby. Come on with it. Love it. Call me when you get back, Coach.
All right, Aria tonight. We got to get equal time for Boston.
Come on.
That's true. PJ Carlissimo and FOS, friend of the show, NBA and ESPN radio analyst. He'll be on the call tonight with Mark Kestisher, Kevin Winter, Monica McNutt, and George Sedano for Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Boston leading that series 3-1. He was here with me and Ian Fitzsimmons. Thanks to Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. So you can get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discount and selections not available in all states or situations.
Freddie, you're about to get really angry with me.
Why is that?
As a matter of fact, so is Devin Kane, so is James Steele, our producers.
Okay.
Because I'm about to make you hungry right now. It's 7:09 Eastern time. Went to dinner with PJ, John Madani, and the crew in the conference finals. Went to Nick and Sam's. He orders the pork chop. I've been to Nick and Sam's a dozen times. I've never seen anybody order the pork chop.
Okay.
This damn thing was massive. Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
it was the entire pig. It was,
Lord.
and it was about, I'd say 2 inches thick. And when he put the knife on that pork chop, I'm expecting it, because it's that thick, to
Right.
be a little tough, right? Didn't even need the knife, man. I mean, just
it's
slid
like butter
right
soft?
through it. Oh my gosh! I said, I just want to bite. He goes, not till the end.
Exactly. Yeah. He said, this is mine. You get your own.
So, not surprised he went back for the second round, back to the pork chop, and now I am extraordinarily hungry and ready for Game 5 because we went this route. Devin Kane is shaking his head. I know. My apologies to everybody involved here, but I just had to describe that massive hunk of meat that is available at that outstanding restaurant, that big old pork chop.
Put it this way. You're sorry, but you're not sorry.
I really am not. You're right.
That.
You are 100% correct.
No doubt about that. Who's going to win Game 5 tonight, and will we get a Game 6? And in other news features that if you try to fake work, you're going to get found out, and you're going to get fired. With Ian Fitzsimmons, I'm Freddie Coleman. That's next on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The NBA Finals on ESPN Radio. The Mavs survive a must-win. Now the series returns to Boston. Can they survive yet again?
A winning score, a winning possession. Take it game by game, play by play.
Coverage of Game 5 begins tonight at 7:30 Eastern, with tip-off at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC.